Yo, what it is up? It is your boy Bubba, aka Bubblicious, with another episode of the Global Talk Podcast with my boys, my brothers from another mother, Anna and Seven. What's up, y'all? What y'all doing? How you doing this evening right here on the Global Talk?
I'm doing good. Bubba. I've been looking forward to getting to catch up with you again and get back into the swing of things a little bit. I know we were joking before the start of the podcast that you're over here with a girl. I mean, I know we were talking about it off script, but you're not making time for me, Bubba. What's up?
Dude, I'm so sorry, bro, but it's just I think
Seven, can
I'm
you believe this guy? He's forgetting about
I,
us.
I,
dude, it's not what you think, man. It's not what you think. It's not what you think, man. I swear. I swear.
I think it is. I think it is.
Nah,
Well,
That's exactly what we think.
I think you're just jealous. I think you're
oh
jealous.
jeez. Well, Bubba, you know what I'm not jealous of is the direction of the community. When we started this podcast a while ago, I know a lot of the conversation that we talked about was like the future and like where we were gonna see KSI in the next like couple months. And here we are. I mean, we're a few months out from when we first started, and we're probably about like that 6 to 8 months from this current rebuild. I mean, things are. I'd be interested to go back and hear like our original thoughts and see how close we were. I don't know if you've done it
Oh yeah.
yourself, but
I
I
haven't.
don't know.
I'm actually like I'm thinking about it now, like, well, I thought about it earlier, but now I'm like more intrigued of what was happening like back then and like till now. Like, from the start, from when Holden was, ops director till up to, you know, now with all the leadership and changes and, divisions growing and splitting like left and right. Honestly, like this past week, I've seen maybe like between both divisions like two or three squads like split. It's insane. It's growing so rapidly, but even that, it is also growing efficiently. Um, with all the like leaders and officers, I feel like even when I was back in like way back, probably like when like Ari and Kieran was here, in the squads, honestly, like it was very, very hard to find officers and like people that wanted to be officers and grow and everything like that. But now it's like people coming back, people are, even new members, mainly in my opinion, that, it's coming up from their era. They're, newbies in a sense where, they're actually growing, becoming an officers and squad leaders and growing the divisions and everything else. So, all in all, I can ramble all night, but it it is growing. It's growing, and I'm happy. I got my little squad over here with great crew, and we're hopefully going to be splitting soon by the end of the month or next mid month, in the middle of the next month. But it's going. Overall, KSI from a few months, 6 months ago to now, it's growing, man. And I think we're almost to like 3,000 members or 2,500 or something like that around there. So it's growing.
Yeah, we're
jump in.
sitting around 1,300 right now.
Bubba's a little
Oh,
bit ahead of himself.
oh my God. I'm really
He's
ahead.
excited.
Oh, you know what I was looking at? I was looking at the Discord members.
I'm leaving
Well,
that in so that Bubba doesn't know how to read. But
you guys,
no, Seven, I'd be really curious to hear your perspective because like a lot of us that came back were like all old retired leaders, like myself, guilty of it. From that perspective of like, hey, when I came back in like June or July, well, I think I was back in June, but for me, like the aspect was like wanting to like rebuild something that I've been working at for years. I mean, originally joined back in 2011, but you're like a newer gen leader. And like I know we talked about before, like what your vested interests are, like obviously with your dad previously being in the community, but at the same time, like you're a great representation. So what do you think like a lot of the successes like at that squad level and even at the early levels of div level of what's created the success that we're in right now?
So like you were saying, I joined back in July, so I didn't really understand how a build goes, or how a clan, how big a clan can be. So coming in to the community, I didn't really know anything, which is to be expected. But definitely moving up in the ranks. I said this last podcast, but once you move up in the ranks, you get a wider perspective on what the community is and does. So every rank I went to, I fully, or progressively understood, um, you know, what goes on in a build. So a few episodes ago, we were talking about where we see the community going in the near future, and I said like six, maybe like seven divisions. Who knows, right? But CR is already coming up on another split. It's unreal, right? Like I don't know about, I don't know if you've seen it, but we've had three weekends in a row that squads have split. 3 weekends in a row, and it's unreal. We're sitting around like 750 members in CR, so it's amazing, and I don't see CR or EO slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah,
And what's
no,
a really good
100%.
point there on what you said, Sevenaro, is I made a joke because right now I'm running all the social media accounts. I made a joke about it. I'm like, guys, you guys are growing so fast, it's hard for me to keep up. There's so many great things and so many members coming up, and like these squads splitting. Like I don't want to make it sound like I'm mad that we're growing at the rate we're growing, but like it's insane. I don't think I've ever actually seen something this great, and that's coming from somebody that's been here for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, like, coming back too, Anna, like, you were here back, in 2016, right? You came
Yeah,
back
2020.
for
Yeah,
15?
2020 was my most recent time here before this. And even then, like
Okay.
we weren't even like anywhere close to this.
Yeah, no way, and yeah, it's insane, but I'm happy for the ways that both divisions are growing, but overall in the, community from where it was to now, KSI hit a rough patch, and, I'm happy that it's honestly moving up, and past leaders and current new leaders are stepping up. Along myself, Anna, and Seven, all of us. And New Blue even. You know, wish he was here right now. I miss him. But but overall, I mean, it's good stuff. It's really good stuff, and I'm getting emotional, man. Can't believe it.
No, and I think the things that really excite myself is like just seeing that there's not any like plans of slowing down or stopping or anything like that. I mean, we were I don't know if it necessarily matters to the average member, but at an executive staff level, we like had set up a plan because I've been on ES now for a few or several months at this point, and we were joking that like we set up the structure for ES a while ago that we thought were going to last for a year plus, and we actually already had to like readjust our scope because the community is growing at such a rapid rate that we needed additional help and additional hands in areas that were just like eclipsing even the goals at an executive level that we had set in place. And like, not saying that that's poorly managed, but like we're not going to slow down any of the like growth potential in the community. But that's just like that idea of like even the people that have been here for a while are impressed and like surprised at the rate we're growing, and just giving that opportunity to everybody along the way is extremely rewarding.
It is.
Yeah,
It is
100%.
100%.
So, kind of to go back to the question you asked earlier, um, I would have to say that where the community lies and continues to grow is 100% at the squad level. It starts at the squad level. It starts with the officers. It starts with the cadets. You need a strong officer corps in order to have a stable squad. If you don't have a stable officer core, your squad is going to fail. 100%.
Yeah. 100%.
That's all it is. It starts at the squad level, and it just works its way up from there.
Exactly. And don't get me wrong, like you said, like the squad level and the core, it starts with the officer core. The officer core, remains neutral in the sense from the higher ups and the members below. The officer core, like basically, like remains that general neutral where they're always involved with, the members below them, playing with them, hanging out, enjoying their time, and vice versa. But on the other hand, of having like myself as a squad leader, dealing with, the co founders and division staff and whatever from their aspect, from an opener, point of view, from what they see from like stepping back. I'm a first responder. So we have what's called a safety officer. And a safety officer is basically comes to the scene, looks over our shoulders, and well, where some of us have like that like tunnel vision where we need to get the patient out, we need to work on the patient, this and that, the whole thing. The safety officer's job is to oversee the situation in a bigger, wider aspect. So that's basically what Anna is, in ES and all the other ES and the division staff as well. So everything like you said starts with the officer core and like the members and stuff like that, because without them, and especially the people below them, and spending time, it's gonna be tough for growth, because they're if you don't got anyone to replace you in a sense to move up to help the community grow, then it's not basically going to go anywhere. But overall, the main thing, an officer core, that's the core of the squad, where it starts from there. They build relations from below and above them, making sure that everyone's on the same page and working together. And that's how we are now. We're over almost 1,500 people, whatever, and it's still not stopping, and it's awesome.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that too is just taking the right idea and the right approaches to certain things. About seeing that this is so much bigger than like one person's ego, and just seeing like the ability of what we can actually change and be a part of. Because at the end of the day, like this is a brand. This is something that's been around for a while, and what got a lot of us to come back was the idea of like what we could achieve this time around, but just understanding that it's not at an us level. To kind of do like maybe a little bit of humble bragging for a second, and I mean this in the best light possible. When I came back to the digital service aspect of the community, there wasn't a lot of things left for like me to start over with. Like, yeah, while there was a couple people, there wasn't a lot of stuff ready to go. So it did take a lot of work on my own end getting some of this stuff set up. But like, I never want to sit in the situation of like, hey, this is the Anna show. Everything that I do is the only thing that matters in the community, and that's not what I approached. I mean, now that I got promoted to the senior services director, like I wanted to make sure before I even like accepted that type of position, that the next person to take my position, which is now term, being the deputy or the director rather of digital service, that same quality that I would have put is getting still fulfilled. So that way, you know, if one day I'm not here, it's still going to keep benefiting the community in the same light as when I like first came back. And I think that's kind of the idea of what everybody's been here to do, which is really cool.
Yeah, 100%, man. You like hit it right on the nail, on the top of the head. You know.
I know that's less so from a clan apps perspective, and maybe people are a little snoozed about that, but like at the end of the day, like seeing that this is so much more than just one person, but that you can actually be a part of it is so rewarding. I don't know if you guys
Oh,
have any experiences like that. I know that was a very like uh thoughtful response or whatever, but I think it's really cool. And that's what really excites me about this build and the community and the direction that we're going right now.
yeah. And we say it all night. It's just the progress that we overcame from back a few months, a year ago, let's say, like it's a big change. And shout out to all the members, the officers that work their butts off, honestly, to make it happen. Even, along with those members in clan ops, the members in the department ops, with teams, graphics, everyone overall, honestly, give yourself a pat on the back, because if you guys didn't do anything or put in the effort or anything like that, how little or how big, we wouldn't be here sitting here talking about this tonight. And honestly, like, it's very to be proud of, yourself and others and friends and stuff to, make something happen from what it was to now, and still growing. So honestly, thank you, and you know appreciate it. Shout out to my boy Hero. You're ugly.
All right, Seven. All right, Seven. We got all deep and emotional. It's your turn.
Whoa.
Speech.
What do I want to talk about? Speech about what?
We did not set him up for that, but
God, my God, my God,
get
you're
this
fired.
here.
Get new blue back here. Where's
Where's DC? I need this man demoted.
Oh no.
But man, but what's going on in let me recap in social media, or just um events and stuff. There's a KSI draft league, I'm hearing, and everything like
Yeah,
that. You want to go over it and explain to, like, the members that are listening, or whoever's listening, that what we're starting up and everything.
absolutely. So kind of looking at the direction, um, everybody got to recently see the success of the squad battles. And like a pain point that we had with that was kind of like diversifying the idea of like competitive and casual players. So this draft league is going to be like a great way of putting people's money where their mouth is, where the people that were like the super sweaty players, and the people that actually want to be a lot more competitive and being like the absolute like positive KDs, like high kill counts. Like the hype is going to definitely be there in terms of the players that are playing. So people like Flexi, people like Squiddy, and like all those like absolute all stars from the squad battles are actually now going to be team captains, and we're going to see some absolutely insane gameplay, if you say, or if I like to say so myself. So it's going to be something where only the absolute best of the best from our squad battles are going to be the ones invited, but then we're going to do a draft style to make sure that these teams are balanced in a way that you're not going to get as many of the like 3 and outs that we saw with squad battles. Like this will be a lot more hype and a lot more direction in that aspect of it, which hopefully everybody's been excited about. Looking at like Sevenaro, like from your perspective, being in the divisional staff, like did you have a hard time finding like the squads to root for, or like when watching it, like were you on the edge of your seat or anything?
Yeah. It was definitely hard. It was, I started in Dreadnought, so a part of me wanted to root for Dreadnought, and then I wanted to root for the squads that I was over at the time, and it was hectic, man. I didn't understand. I didn't know who to root for, so I rooted for all of them.
No, and I'm sure, and
There you
like
go.
what'll be a lot of fun here is there's definitely those like absolute all-star players, I think, that really shine during squad battles that are now going to get the opportunity to play with players that are all their same level. And we don't want to like take away any benefits to the members that want to be a little more casual. There are still going to be events coming up and through that aspect of it, but the direction of that is going to be extremely hype, and it will be something to watch out for in the future.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. And I can't wait, and you know, I'm
Bubba,
a
I
little
gotta talk
biased.
to them. I gotta get you in on it.
No, no, no. I'm not a competitive guy, dude. Like,
I
honestly,
want to
like,
see you
I'm a
versus
little,
Sevenaro. Seven, start talking some
Hey,
trash.
hey.
yeah.
I don't know
I
if you
can
saw the
beat
very
you in a
first
1v1.
squad battles, but hey, hey, I can get some hard point in, but when it comes to search and destroy, Do not put me in. Do not. I don't know if you saw the
I bet
first
I
one,
can
man, but
beat
that
you.
was that
I'm
was
just saying,
terrible.
guys. I'm gonna try to put us up in a spot where digital service has some representation there. So you guys are gonna have to battle it out for the
Yo,
the final spot on my team.
we should honestly make a global talk squad battle team.
It's the four
I
of us.
don't. Yeah, I was gonna say it's the four of us.
So
Jesus.
we can take him. We can take
So
him,
I'm just
guys.
saying, I'd like to call out people like Flexi right now and be like, dude, be lucky that Global Talk doesn't have a team, because you'd be over there a little scared.
Oh
We'd
yeah.
we 3-0 you real easy.
We should honestly we should battle a squad while we're doing a podcast
Oh yeah,
episode.
dude. It'd be so
Wow.
casual. It's
That
7, come on.
would be so much fun. That would be so much fun. I'm not gonna lie. We should try that. Oh my god, Anna, can we do that? Come on. You know what? We're gonna do it.
Dude, we're doing it. We're doing
We're
it.
doing it. Oh god, that's great. But look, all right, guys. I hate to cut it short. Well, not really short. It's like on time, but it was a great episode. I enjoyed this. Catching up with you guys. I miss you all. Until next time, you're listening to the KSI Global Talk podcast with your boy Bubba, Anna, and Seven. New Blue, you ain't here. You better be here next week. But see ya. Peace out. Deuces. Have a lovely week. See you next time. Peace.
Later.
Deuces.